So I'm on Facebook, and man, I just saw that story of the 24-year-old sleeping with a 12-year-old. Nasty. That's all I can say to start. Nasty. But I looked at it from his eyes and the eyes of the public, and it's kind of messed up situation because you obviously got lied to. Um, but at the same time, being 24, I'm assuming um, he had to know she was 16, 17. There was a chance, penitentiary chance. And he probably thought Ohio statutory rape law, 16, I won't get in trouble, 17, I won't get in trouble. But 12, and I'm looking and everybody is now fighting each other over who's right, who's wrong. And when it comes down to it, it's not really a winner. Everybody's wrong. Because on one hand, the girl clearly from, if it's true that she sent, they got text messages stating that she was 18, about to move in with the boyfriend, um, like to smoke weed. It's hard to like think that she would be that young. But then again, I saw a picture somebody posted. She looks pretty young. She looks pretty young. You got to know she's not 18. And on top of that, if you go to her Facebook, which I didn't go to yet, but I'm assuming she has a bunch of underage friends. Like you can just look at her timeline, and there's probably a bunch of high school kids. And the guy code 101, we all know to look at the girl we're about to date, Facebook, Instagram, even Snapchat. We got to see, make sure she's legit. Make sure she's not talking to somebody that we used to talk to in the past. Make sure that she's telling the truth about her age. Just all these things you just do. So he had to have done a little bit of homework. So it's no excuse for a 12-year-old. I mean, yes, she lied, but it's no excuse for a 24-year-old to even come anywhere near a 12-year-old. And I had to deal with that myself because I had grown men in my kid inbox too. But the difference is my kid knows better. She's respectable enough not to engage in that. But these young girls, being raised by mothers who don't really um, take part in being accountable for their actions, these kids, they assume life is just a joke. Um, if I do this, nothing's gonna happen. I'm assuming she doesn't have a dad in her life because I think things would have been different. I mean, she might have messed with a 16, 17-year-old, but a 24-year-old, that's screaming dad not involved because she would have thought it was gross. 12, 13-year-old, they're gonna be thinking, ugh, he's like close to my dad's age. So, what happened? But ultimately, he should get in trouble. Should get in trouble due to the fact that, I mean, first off, it's nasty, but he had to know she was under 18 because she clearly doesn't look of age. On top of that, he's 24, so his age group, 20, 24-year-olds, they would know her. So he had to ask around, like, do you know this girl? And if nobody knows this girl, dude, she's in middle school. Like, nobody in high school or college knows this girl, and we all check. Like, we don't be low-key just creeping in chicks' inbox. I mean, we make sure to, like, ask at least one person, do you notice this person? Do you know this girl? So, the situation's just nasty, but it's not enough for people to be fighting. I see, like, he got family that's about to go to war with people giving their opinion, and there's people trying to make him out to be a monster, which I don't think he is. I mean, the vibe doesn't come off like he meant to be that guy. He just got mixed up. He was probably just thirsty and just settled for something that was readily available for him. But ultimately, he might have knew. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. But the best thing for all of us to do is to use it as a wake-up call. And if you got a young kid, young girl, we gotta. Cause I know back in my day, like 16, 15-year-olds were the ones acting like they're 18. Now you got 12, 13-year-olds acting like they're 18, getting younger and younger and younger. And we can't use that excuse that girls are looking older. I know on the West Coast, girls do look older because girls on the West Coast, they get the tattoos, they get the piercings, they go to the gym, so their bodies are more developed somewhat. at a young age, but in Midwest, not the same. Chicks aren't built the same. They look clearly their age. Yes, there's a few exceptions, but most girls look their age. In the Midwest. But once again, this goes back into parenting, um, and us having two-parent households. Um, she obviously is being raised by a single mother who's out acting in the same way, 9 times out of 10. But it's a chance the mother, I don't know the mother, it's a chance, still a chance that the mother may have been on her kid and pushed her kid into this, but 9 times out of 10, mother's probably single, no dad in sight, and the situation happened, which is sad because she's 12 years old and already did it. So now she's just gonna be out here, like she's for the streets, and it's messed up. Hopefully, somebody, preferably like an uncle or somebody, or even if she has a brother, stepbrother, just somebody comes and grabs her, gives her a hug, and tell her, "Look, dude, you got to get this together. We got to finish school. Um, you know, don't engage in this behavior until you get a job and you can actually afford if mistakes happen, because you can't get birth control until you're like 13, 14, I think. So, but the first thing, as soon as she gets of age for birth control. Um, but I think her mother need to put her in like a boot camp, like military camp or something, because the kid doesn't really understand the mistake she's making now. It's gonna take years of development, um, of life before she understands. By then, if she got a kid, she got a rough rest of her life. So that's my thought on it. Hopefully, the guy, if he really did not believe she was 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, hopefully he doesn't get the rest of his life ruined with a felony conviction due to the fact that he's not going to be able to get a job. His life's going to be ruined. But then again, with the girl, if it wasn't him, it was going to be another guy. So it's like I don't really feel bad for the girl because, I mean, she's not a victim. I mean, she's a victim of the mother's or father's ignorance, not teaching her that this is not right. But she would have been in another guy's inbox, preying on him, getting him out here hot to think that she was over 18. But I don't know. All I know is Guy Code 101. Always, always, always. If you don't check the ID, make sure she got some friends over age. Just do a background check. It's that simple.